think for us it's been eye-opening because we've always, as a parent, you always wonder how do you disciple your kids, and what does that look like? And she homeschools, and so there's a lot of time she gets to spend with them, and we get to spend with them. And so this conference has really shown us that we really need to just point our kids to Jesus, and we need to model. We need to, as parents, model, learn from Jesus, and fall in love with Him and be a worshiper of Him, and then teach that to our kids.
I feel like with him being a student pastor, it's always been my heart to co-labor with him and his ministry. And so I really came into this conference really thinking about discipleship in the context of what does that look like for our leaders and for our students. But the Lord has really just shown me, like, I have disciples in my home. Like my two daughters, they're our oldest ones. Like, they are my disciples. Like, God has called me to pour into them. And so it's just been kind of a reconfirmation of His calling, just as a mother, and my responsibility and how to love and steward this gift of discipleship on my children. And so I'm grateful for that.
So I think as a youth pastor, the eye-opening moment for me was when the speaker said that we've got to become worshipers before we become workers. That was convicting, because there's so many times where I'm just doing the work of God and I'm not a worshiper of Him. And so for me, it starts with me, and then it starts with our leaders becoming worshipers, and then that'll feed over to our students becoming worshipers. And so that was so eye-opening to me. And I think another thing was that we felt coming into this, like, we've never had a person who actually ever discipled us in a real long season of our life. And so that was a little bit like, who is that? And can we really disciple others if we've never been discipled? But then somebody told me, just reminded me of that Jesus is your discipler, that you have a model in Him, and He's been discipling you, and He'll continue to do that. So don't be discouraged, because you've got that model. And so we saw that all weekend. We loved it, and this just filled up our soul. It's been such a blessing to be here.